Now we're going to learn about a new person today, and this person was exceptionally clever. He was daring, he was dangerous, and he was someone who Elizabeth I would have really, really valued. Anyone want to guess? Yep.
Walter Raleigh.
Good, brilliant.
Inquiry skills are becoming increasingly important in the teaching of humanities. At Rithlington School in Somerset, the foundations of effective inquiry are laid in Year 7.
When students get to Key Stage 4, increasingly there's a focus on inquiry. Students are asked more often than not now to be able to go out there, find their own sources of information, whatever subject it may be, and bring those sources of information to a particular task that they set themselves. Now, in terms of you being independent, we're not reading through the book together. What sort of skills am I looking for from you over the next 10 minutes?
Independent research, so just doing it on your own, no speaking.
Okay, so independent research, looking and finding out. Good. Very important when setting up an inquiry that students are given a lot of structure, a lot of guidance, and they're given a little bit of scaffolding to help them and progress their learning and move them forwards. Now, I'm asking you to do this task. How you plot the ideas in your exercise books is completely up to you. Some of you might want to do mind maps, some of you might want to do charts, some of you might just want to write bullet point lists. You do this in your own unique style. It's completely up to you. In the lesson that I taught today, I gave them the textbook that we use, and that was the basic resource that we had. Increasingly, students are working on a range of different websites using, for example, the National Archives down in Kew. They've got a tremendous learning resource online where students can go on and they can extract the sources that they need and they can bring them into their coursework answers. And that's the sort of excellent standard of work that is out there on the internet, and we're encouraging students to use more and more of. You might want to do the work over there. Do you want to go and take a seat down over there? What we'll do, Jack, is we'll get you some books, yeah? It's absolutely fantastic that I'm able to say to students in a lesson, do you want to work in a group? And if so, do you want to go and work in a breakout space?
Oh, look at that. When they were coming from Plymouth to the Canary Islands, there was just an eclipse. The Native Americans saw this as an omen that some great evil would soon arrive at their shores.
We'll have the learning resource centres that students can go and work in a quiet environment, and they can really talk to each other, discuss what they're doing, and come up with a fantastic plan of action.
So we put that in on the Canary Islands?
Yeah, best because it's important.
Yeah.
They can also ask subject teachers. They can go and inquire and find out from anyone what they want to know. They can also ask each other, because 9 times out of 10 a student will actually have done their own research and they might know the answers that somebody else doesn't know. So they use themselves as a resource as well. In terms of the less able, we do a lot of differentiation by grouping. So we would place the less able with maybe the more able. It's very important that we utilise their expertise. More often than not, they will come to the lesson with a lot of prior knowledge through independent reading, independent research. So increasingly, we're using that expertise to drive the lesson forward and to actually find new directions in our inquiries.
Where they're around, they probably think, like, as they arrive, this is bad news, isn't it? Like,
yeah, so it's pretty much bad from the start. Like,
it's like, you know what Native Americans are like.
In this lesson, they found out about the origins of the settlement, so the preparations that had taken place. The next lesson focuses on what happened when they got there.